Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about 7 ways I stopped living paycheck to paycheck. Let's get started and talk about it. First of all, what is living paycheck to paycheck? Living paycheck to paycheck means you have enough to pay your bills and your essentials and your expenses, but you start to run low towards the end of the month where you're going, ooh, it's getting tight, and you're looking for your next paycheck. You don't have money for extras or emergencies. So how did I stop living paycheck to paycheck? Because there's been some times in my life, married and single, where I did live paycheck to paycheck. And I thought I was frugal because, I always paid my bills and I always paid them on time. But guess what? I was still living paycheck to paycheck because there wasn't a lot left over. And it was mostly due to overspending. That was one reason. So this is how. The first thing that I did both times, once when I was single in my early 20s and then also after marriage, is sit down and look at my bills and my expenses and be honest about it. Figure out what do we owe and what do we actually have left over after paying essential bills. Number 2, cut out any unnecessary spending, because even if you think you're tight, there's always things we can cut out. Okay, so it might be maybe you go out to eat every other Friday because you may not have financial goals and you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. Start cutting those things out. But the next thing, I always do this, I like to find ways to make extra money. When I was single, I had a job working at a private school. And then what I would do is during weekends and some weeknights, I worked at Sally Beauty Supply for 1 year. And then the store closed, but I took all of that money and paid off credit card debt. Because when I moved to Dallas, I wanted to get all these little fun department store credit cards and I charged them up. Yes, I paid my bill, but I owed interest. So I got a part-time job and put all that money to debt and I paid it off within a year. So, bringing in extra money is really good. Also, after getting married, I worked at a school again. And I also did part-time, this is a side hustle in the 90s, was a mystery shopper, and I made on the average of about $500 a month. We always had a goal and a plan for that $500, whether we wanted to save it for a trip, pay off any kind of bill or debt. We always had a plan for that extra money, okay? It didn't get just spent on, things we didn't need. We had a specific goal and plan for that money. Okay, number 4, pay off debt. I did it when I was single and then after getting married. Now, because think about something. If you live in a city and you need a car, many times people might not have any credit card debt, but they have a car payment. Because most people I know, let's say even you buy a good used car, and we're going to say it's $15,000. Most people I know don't have $15,000 in their bank to pay cash for a car. So then you get payments, okay? And there's the debt again. Now, the last car we got, we did pay cash for it. But I'll be honest, except for some really inexpensive cars, we've never paid cash. We've always had car payments, okay? We did put a decent amount down to keep the car payment low, but we've never just completely paid cash for a car. And so we wanted to pay off all debt, and then any vehicle we buy, try to save up and pay cash. Okay, number 5, and I'd never done this before, but prioritize savings so that we don't go back into debt. Now, do I think our expenses are low? For living in a big city, for 3 people living here, our expenses are pretty low, okay? They're about with everything. This is insurances, extras, food, everything. This is 100% everything. For 3 people, it's $3,300 a month, okay? But if we lived out in a smaller town, maybe we could live for a lot less. Because there's people I know that live a lot less, but they may be single, and it could be other factors too. Okay, number 6, setting financial goals. Whether it's, hey, I want to save so much in my savings account, I want to pay debt off by this time, and keeping track of all that. And number 7, watching other budget channels and because that's one of the things that inspired me, because I didn't start Sensible Living with Money Mom until 2017, but I started watching financial YouTube channels, I think in 2005. 15. And so I watched him for a couple years before starting this channel, and that inspired me, and I learned a lot of useful skills because there's a lot of information out there. Yes, it might overlap a little bit, but it's good to be part of a community where we all want to thrive. So let me know, guys, if you have any tips on if someone's living paycheck to paycheck and they want some financial advice from you, what would you tell them? That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you. Hope to see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.